Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is your boy Ogden, and welcome back to the series How to Learn Longboarding for Beginners. This is episode 2, and I'm going to be teaching you guys how to ride your boards. Let's get into it. Oh, also guys, not 100% related, but check out this new trick I just learned. Okay guys, well anyways, today we're going to learn how to ride our boards for the very first time, and the first thing you need to know is how to stand properly on your board. So if you watched last video, you already know how to get your proper foot placement and which foot you have in the front. But for a refresher on foot placement, here's my board right here. This is my front foot. You're gonna want it a little bit in front of the bolts, kind of like this, at a perpendicular angle. And you're gonna want the other one here a little bit in front of the bolts as well on the back side, also at a perpendicular angle. Alright you guys, I'm taking a really quick break from the instruction to tell you guys about the partners for today's video, Dell XPS. So if you don't know, I'm a college student at the University of Minnesota, and I use the Dell XPS 15 laptop for pretty much all of my schoolwork. And I'm a design student, so you know I have to have a pretty powerful laptop. So if you're a college student or a high school student looking to get a laptop for school or for work or whatever, I highly recommend the Dell XPS 15. It's a great laptop, it's powerful, fast, and light. It's made out of aluminum, and it works really well. Go check out Dell XPS 15, link in the description. Back to the video. Alright you guys, now that we're aware of the proper foot position, now I'm going to talk about weight distribution. This is very important because if you don't have your weight balanced correctly, it's going to be a lot harder and you're going to feel a lot less stable on your board. So the rule that I usually like to follow is a 70-30 kind of rule. So that means 70% of your body weight is going to want to be shifted onto your front foot, whereas 30% can be shifted on your back. And honestly, the more you can get in your front, the better you're going to be. Ideally, eventually, you should even be able to ride your board with 100% of your weight on your front foot, to the point where you could even ride with just one foot on the board. But ideally, when you're starting out, you want at least 70% and then 30% on the back. Alright, so as a beginner, one of the things you're going to struggle with the most is just being confident standing and staying put on the board while it's even moving. Now, I have a couple methods I'm going to share now that will help you become more confident and comfortable just standing and cruising on your board before you even learn how to push. Okay, so the first method, I can't demonstrate here, but I can talk about it. It's called using a wall, as simple as it gets. So a strategy a lot of people like to do is get their board, give it a stand, and put your hands onto a wall in front of you just like this, and kind of use your hands to push yourself along it, and that'll help you use that wall as your stability since you don't have it yet in your feet. And when you're moving, you can practice turning a little bit and figuring out that weight distribution so that you're more comfortable on it. And it's kind of a good thing to do as a baby step to get into getting that comfort built into your body. Additionally, another thing you can do is simply just stand on it, give it a little push, and feel out that weight distribution. This may come after using the wall, and it's simply just getting on the board, giving it a little push, and trying to hold it and figure out your balance. And once you get more confident at doing that, you'll be able to try turning with it. And at that point, then you'll be able to learn how to do proper pushing, and you're on your way to learning how to cruise. Finally, the last thing you can do, which I cannot demonstrate, is you can use a friend. You can hold on to a friend's shoulders or hands or whatever, and they can help guide you forward while you're standing on your board and getting comfortable with it and learning that weight distribution. But this is a very important step. Making sure that you're comfortable just standing on it and not feeling like you're gonna fall off is gonna make it a lot easier for you in the future when you're trying to learn how to pump, how to carve, how to do tricks, how to pop it off the ground, and all that kind of stuff. So definitely nail the basics before you move on to more intermediate level things. Okay, so now that we kind of understand the distribution of weight, now we're going to talk about the pushing and carving motion and how your feet are supposed to react. So I'm going to demonstrate this by having the board flipped over so you guys can follow along with how my feet are moving, so that hopefully you can replicate it when you're actually riding. Okay guys, so I'm obviously a right foot, so I'm going to have my right foot on the front of the board. But whenever I approach riding the board, I'm going to start with my front foot on the board at about a 45-degree angle, maybe a little less than that, almost parallel. As soon as I get that on here, I'm going to put most of my weight on this front foot. I'm going to have my back foot ready, and I'm going to hold on this foot, give it a push, give some more pushing, and then I'm going to get on, step my foot as perpendicular as possible, and then we're going to shift this foot so that they are now perpendicular with your board, and you're going to be moving this direction. So now I can use my toes and my heels to push on the edges of the board to carve, following with my body. And when I want to push again, I simply keep that weight on this foot, twist it back, and then twist this one off and in front. And start pushing again, put it back on, and twist. So that is essentially your pushing motion and how your feet need to be. And a lot of people make the mistake of not turning this foot, but it's very important that you do, because it's going to give you added stability and it's going to make it easier to turn your board back and forth. Okay everybody, so now that you know the tips to riding your longboard, this is what I want. I want this whole next week before episode 3 comes out for you guys to practice, practice, practice. So nail that down, nail your confidence, nail your weight distribution, nail everything. So stay subscribed, keep the post notifications on. We're going to teach you guys how to carve comfortably and easily, and how to pump, which is a fast way to carve and use less pushing. And that tree just hit me right in my face. See you in the next week. Peace out.